Yo, my
Hey, sir.
boss.
Hello, how are
You're
you?
welcome, sir. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm so happy for this privilege. I'm so happy for this opportunity.
Appreciate it. I appreciate
Sincerely,
it. Can you hear
this is
me?
like a dream come true for me. Sincerely,
You can hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you, sir.
So what's going on?
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm doing well. Sincerely, I'm happy to see you on this podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Um. Without further ado, I don't think we should. We have a lot to talk about the creative music industry, and we have a lot of things to talk about the music industry generally.
Mhm.
One of the things, you are a legend in this music industry, and I'm happy someone like you is in this industry for real. Like, I would just like to know if you can share us your perspective on the industry, like lately, or like the evolution. Like, what's your take? How far has the music industry gone? Like lately, like when it comes to the aspect of technology, how has technology actually helped the current music industry we are now?
Um, well, as you know, artist development is so I think that that's where it starts there. Since TikTok and social media and all of that has taken over, it put us in a position where the music is just come and go.
Mm,
It's come and go. It doesn't stick anymore.
mm.
No one cares about the artists. You know, if they get an audience and they get people to like a bunch of this stuff and follow them and they go viral, that's all they care about.
Mm.
So that's why we don't have any real stars now. If you think about it, our biggest stars are in their 30s now. That's Chris Brown. Neil's in his 40s. Trey is 39. Usher's 45. Um, Beyonce's 40, whatever.
Exactly.
We don't have any big star. Rihanna, I guess Rihanna's in her 30s, but she's in her her mid 30s. But again, we don't have a huge stars that singing wise that are, you know what I mean, of this.
Like like the technology, like things are actually going. The gears we use like about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, is different from the stores we use right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the way artists actually spice up their mix, the way artists actually spice up their lyrics when it comes to catching audience, like the kind of things people want to listen to. Okay, let's take for an instant, like you posted a video about 4 days ago or 5 days ago, I can't really remember, about writing a hit record. If you
Mm-hmm.
could remember, sir. Yeah, you're not talking about a lot of things in that video. I watched it like a couple of times. I was like, no, we have to talk about this on this podcast, because a lot of artists are just coming into the industry just to make the money. And in my own perspective, I don't think people that rush into the industry to make the money will not actually make the money. I don't think, if I'm right. So, like, everything has actually changed. The industry has actually changed. The impact of the AI, a lot of features that are actually helping artists that are not even capable of being an artist, to of being an artist, like what we call an artist. All those things are actually bringing a whole lot of people into the industry. So what is the impact? Like, what can we do to know the real artist? What are the traits we should see in someone that will say, okay, this person is an artist? And when it comes to lyrics, when it comes to mixes, when it comes to delivering stage performances, and lots more,
Mm-hmm.
what should someone look at? Like, what should an artist look at?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, I mean, this is a deep, it's like almost a rabbit hole, because first and foremost, if you don't know how to walk into a room and shine without
Mm,
saying a word to make people want to ask you, who are you? What do you do?
mm,
Start there, because the press play ain't gonna happen if nobody cares.
mm.
So you got to know how to walk into a room. How about just stop there? Like, just if you're a star, you walk into a room, people want to know who you are. And if you got the music, then they'll be like, oh, let me hear something. But imagine if you don't look like a star. No one will ask you. You'll just be standing there and no one won't say a word. Well,
Exactly.
some people are born with it, and some people, most people can be taught. But again, that's development. That's
Wow.
development. You know, like I said in one of my videos when I was talking about writing a hit record, in my generation, we would listen to a hit record, study the formula, and then mimic it and then flip it.
Exactly.
So at least we know we're in the. And when people go, well, you know, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I'm like, okay, I do understand that. However, you're not going to be on everybody's playlist either. You're going to be too different.
Exactly.
So you can be different, but there's consequences of being different sometimes. And sometimes that means you won't be with all your peers because your record is different.
Exactly.
So I say you get in first, get in with everybody, and then slowly start changing and turning, you know, and letting people like spoon feed people your style, your sound. They'll
Oh
get
my God.
used to it. Then before you know it, they won't even know that, you know, they won't even care if you sound like somebody else or not. They're into you.
Exactly.
So these are things that, again, this is artist development. These are things that has to be taught, and this generation has to take in. Me, I personally don't mind telling all the things, because really, I ain't really supposed to be telling this stuff. The stuff that I say for free and all of that, technically, from my generation, they're looking at me like, yo, you giving out a lot of information. You know, you can make people pay for this. I'm like,
Exactly.
how could you expect someone to do something they've never been taught?
Never. Like,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, no, like I grabbed something from what you just said right now. Like you said, someone coming into the music industry with something very new, something that is not common. And, you know, sometimes you just have to just come in. Like you have to open the door with what is trending right now. Like that's the idea. So and I think I can take. I think a lot of people will actually benefit from this, because a lot of people has a lot of idea. They are very creative. Like we have a lot of creatives out there. They have that particular genre they want to launch out that is not R&B, not the regular jazz, not the regular pop, not the regular, but you know, to launch it out and people will start listening and say, oh my God, what is this rubbish? So I think people should start with what is actually going on. You should blend yourself, and when the fame start coming, you can now do your own thing, because the industry is actually evolving, and we have to just know a way of um um trying to balance everything up so that it won't. So I think that is a great one, sir, and that is why we have TroyTaylor too. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to have you, my boss. And basically now lately, I think my last podcast with Eastern producer, we discussed more about AI. Like AI is really like the noise is too much lately. So what's your thought about AI? Do you think music producers, music artists should be using AI? Like I found a video on Instagram. I can't remember who posted that video lately. That person was talking about how to use AI to compose, to write a song, like, and you know, even give you beat ideas, like, and you know, at least it sounds good, but can it actually give us that creative, can we actually know the real people that can actually the real creatives, like someone just doing a freestyle, you know, not depending on AI? Will AI really help the music industry we are? Do you
Well,
think AI will help the industry we are?
AI is no different than sampling. Before, if we didn't have any ideas, we'll sample something, build a beat around it, and then take the sample out. Now you got a new beat. Well,
Wow.
AI is the next level. I want to make a beat like such and such, and then it'll give you an idea, and then you'll take it and make, you know, something out of it. But we've been doing AI without AI all along. Sampling, we've been doing auto-tune. Auto-tune is AI.
Exactly.
It's
Faking
AI
it.
all along. So now it's just in your face now. Hey, it's AI. But we've been doing AI the whole time. Sampling is AI. It's a new level of cheat code. That's all.
So AI will actually help most upcoming artists, like according to what you just said now. So, but we shouldn't depend on it, because
I I don't know. I don't know. We shouldn't depend on them. We shouldn't depend on auto-tune, but we do.
Mm.
You know,
That's another thing.
I mean,
Oh my god.
why start
You,
now? Like, you know what I
you're
mean?
so
Like,
loaded. Oh my god, you're so loaded. Like this is more than enough. Sincerely, I think everybody watching this right now, we actually learn something very great. Like you just have to know how to balance up when it comes to using artificial intelligence and trying to spice it up with what you actually have. So definitely, someone that doesn't know anything in the industry will not be able to even use AI to produce something meaningful out there. Wow, that's a massive one. Sincerely speaking, I really grabbed that. I really grabbed that a lot. And I think we are almost good to go. But like my last question right here is what's your best advice for a musician that is starting off?
um, my best advice. Okay, so this generation, your generation, a little above you, and then and below you, um, they'll listen to older music, but then they won't apply it. They'll just listen to it. So my generation, we used to listen to it and then mimic it.
Mm,
So for today's musicians and producers, I think that they already know what they like. You know, they like the 90s sound, they like the early 2000s sound. And that seems to be coming back. I think that if you just master the formula, that will enable you to start doing bridges again. That will enable you to start making, putting chords and stuff. And it'll force you to start learning how to be a little bit more musical
um, I
rather
guess.
than a few sounds and then, beat, 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 808, 808, 808. You know what I mean? So I say someone coming in I would say start listening to a little bit more gospel, jazz, get your ear, you know what I mean? Train your ear to want to be more musical and learn so
Mm,
that your music is not just 2 chords or 3 chords or tops 4 chords, maybe if you're creative. But the most part is just 2 chords and then that's it. No changes, no nothing. So I would tell today's musicians, today's producers, start wanting your beats to be more than
oh, uh,
just this. You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess.
So yeah.
So now I think everybody should actually learn the lesson by going to do ear training, voice training, putting themselves into rigorous practice. Oh my God, that is amazing. Because I can see the industry we are now, a lot of people are just coming into the industry just to basically
Mm-hmm.
get the fame and money. So many don't really have that enthusiasm. Many don't really have that zeal for music. They just want to have that fame.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's a
but the
very
fame,
massive one.
oh my gosh, the fame, first and foremost, I do master classes and seminars all over the world, right? With the exception of
Exactly.
where you are. I have not been there yet. Um, but I tell people the truth about the music industry. And the truth about the music industry is, all right, follow me. It's horrible,
Hmm.
it's evil, it's
Hmm.
terrible,
Oh
it's
my God.
wicked, it's disloyal, it's addictive, it's ugly,
Oh my.
nasty, it's whack, it's crazy, it's, let me think of some other stuff. Give me some words. Y'all give me some words.
Like
Give me
like
some new words.
bring
Um,
it just.
it's really, really, really bad. And I say that because if you're coming in to be successful and to get money, you have to be careful what you're doing because you don't know who you're going to run into that's
Hmm.
going to take advantage of that. And so
Hmm.
even though I said the music industry are all those bad things, I still say if you want to do it after I told you this, then I will show you how to do it. And part
Exactly.
of that is integrity. If you come
Wow.
in with no integrity, you're going to run into no integrity. You know what I mean? If you come in
Definitely.
looking for just the money, oh boy, you're about to get the money, but what you're going to pay for to get the money, like, so if you come in and just to be successful and stunt on people and whatever, oh yeah, no, you'll probably be successful, but you ain't gonna feel good after. You know, so I think it's just a matter of being careful of what you really intend on doing. Because at the end of the day, God gave you the gift. And he gave you the gift, but he also gave you the blueprint to the gift. And it's for us to go back and ask God, how come you gave me this voice? Or how come you gave me my ear to be able to hear music? What am I supposed to do? If you ask him, he will tell you. Most people just assume, oh, I'm supposed to be in the music industry. That's not necessarily what your gift is for. It's not just because you're musical doesn't mean you're supposed to be in the industry. You know what I mean? There's so many other things. But I think that if you ask God to give you the direction and the instructions to the gift that he gave you, he'll do it and he'll show you. But most of the time we just go with what we think it is. And when we get lost in it, you know what I mean? It's just like, why am I, well, God, if I ain't supposed to be in the music industry, why am I singing? Why can't I sing? You didn't ask me. You should have asked me that in the first place. I don't want you to be in the music industry. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. He got so many things for us to do that is more than just the music industry. So, you know, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. So if you don't ask, you'll just be going around in circles.
You get nothing, exactly.
So,
oh my God. TroyTaylor is now preaching to us. Oh my God. Like, even from the Bible.
I'm sorry.
oh, this is just so impressive. I'm so glad. Sincerely, I'm so excited. Like, this is happening, and I think this is not something. This should be a masterclass. Sincerely, because what you're actually giving out. Sincerely, like, is more than enough. Like, I think artists watching this live right now can learn a lot of things out there, and I think I've personally earned a lot of things, like, from your words and from your experiences, and I think from your posts, like, you guys you guys just stay tuned, and we have more coming up on this podcast. So basically, you said something about earning the money and someone else is claiming the money. Now, for artists that are rushing to record label, because I asked a couple of artists and they want to be like, okay, I need a record label to sign me. All they have, definitely, even if they have a record label that is not really very official to actually handle them as an artist, they will punch into it. What's your take on that? Like, I'm sorry to say, I don't believe in record label deals like that. But do you think record label will actually help an upcoming artist that have actually not really worked on themselves?
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, there are only but 3 record labels left. There ain't that many left. So, I say for an artist, you can't expect the label to do something you wouldn't do yourself. What I mean by that is, if you're not promoting yourself now, labels not going to promote you because they follow you. So you got to get out there and get your audience. You got to get out there and build your fan base. Now, you want to do that because if you build your fan base the way you would like to, then you could keep that going. But if you get a record deal and build the fan base based off of what they say, by the time it's done, you're not going to want to keep it going because it's not who you are. Once they give you that money, they kind of sort of own you because it's like, well, if you want to do this, we need you to do this. But if you go and build yourself up as much as you can, make them come in and say, hey, we would love to partner with you. Partner with you, not sign you. Partner with you. Then they're going to be relying on you to continue on what you were doing before they came. And they'll fund it. You know what I mean? Because they feel like they're going to get something from it. So it's, hey, I'm going to do da. Oh, awesome. We saw that you did that last week. It works. Here. You know what I mean? So, but if you just go and get a label, get a record deal, they're going to be like, we want you to do this. Well, that's not what I normally do. Yeah, well, we need you to do that because, we study this and it works, when artists do this. Yeah, but my fans don't like that. Yeah, well, try it anyway. Oh, man. Because you didn't have your own thing that you stayed true to show them that it works. So I think that you got to up your value before you even, if you up your value and get people coming for you, then that's how you know you're doing the right thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I
Wow.
wouldn't rely on a label though. I would rely on more putting in the work myself and building up my fan base as high as it can go.
Wow.
And they'll come. They'll come looking for you.
Wow. Wow. I think like this is too much. Sincerely, like this will actually help a lot of upcoming artists. Like a lot of upcoming artists will learn a lot from your words. Like a lot of people believe in record labels a lot. They believe if they are not signing to that certain record label, they can make it in the industry. And
That's
I don't personally believe that. It depends on what you have, like the service team, the craft,
mm-hmm.
the ideas. Some even have the promotional strategy, but let me say probably the money to push it out, networking, and I don't know, like there's more to it. A lot of people would just need a way to bring it down themselves after watching this podcast. Sincerely speaking, I'm super glad, I'm super excited, I'm hosting you live here. Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry, let us just reintroduce. This is my, let me say, my father in the music industry. This is
Wow,
my
that's
papa.
deep.
TroyTaylorTTu is my father in
Wow.
the industry.
I
Sincerely.
just gained a
So
son.
definitely, I am Leumasmyth, and I am a musician, a music producer from Lagos, Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is a very good opportunity. Fine. Personally, I do music. I produce myself. I
Mm-hmm.
I am more of content, right? Recently, I'm actually working on doing viral videos,
Mm-hmm.
like pushing out myself when it comes to maybe doing a freestyle or do an harmony work or just cook up something up in the studio before I actually launch out myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that should work. So I think a lot of strategy. There are more to it. Like I think I actually told you this. I actually share my content with my boss, like my daddy in the
Mm-hmm.
industry, and you actually impressed me that night. Sincerely, I can't, like, let me just say this. You actually
Thank
impressed
you.
me. So I think a lot of artists should watch this down and should be encouraged, because Troy Taylor sincerely is an icon that we should celebrate. He has actually done a lot of records. He has Grammy Awards. Like you are a legend in this game,
I
sincerely
appreciate
speaking.
it. Thank you.
You are a legend in this game. And I'm hoping to see you on this podcast next time, sincerely speaking.
Yeah, we do it again for sure.
Of course, we're going to have this again, because this is a big thing. This is a big thing coming. It will actually help a lot of producers. Now, okay, let me just ask this question before we go, sir. What's your take for music producer? And recently I noticed a lot of musician, like music producer, are coming to be an artist on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your take on that? Okay, let's take for instance you're a singer, you're an
Mm-hmm.
artist, you're a music producer, a mixing engineer, and you are able to balance off. I notice most of the time when you're actually coaching um an artist in the studio, you already know what he wanted, and that really helps artists. Like most of
Mm-hmm.
the time when they are making their, okay, yeah, some of the time you just have to say, okay, don't take it that way, do it this way. I love that part. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of music producers are just basically focusing on the technical aspects. No, I have to learn how to make beats. I have to learn how to mix. I have to learn how to. Some of them don't want to know about the other aspects. What's your take on that? Am I doing too much? Are they like? I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Well, I
is
think
that very good?
the best the more you can learn to the more you learn, the less you have to rely on others.
Mm.
Because if the music industry says you gotta really get your audience up, you gotta do this, you gotta post, you gotta do all this stuff. What if you know how to do it for yourself? If you know how to write, you get that writing, to the highest level. If you know how to produce, you produce your beats. You won't have to wait on people to send you beats. You
Mm.
won't have to wait on people to, write your songs. You won't have to wait on an engineer to record you because you know how to record. Like I said, learn as much as you can by yourself on your own. The more more valuable you are, the higher your price is going to be. And
Mm.
then they'll ask you, what do you want? And then you can tell them. But if you go and do a little bit less, limited, and then go shop a deal and say, hey, can you sign me? They'll see, yeah, we can, but they won't give you your worth. And they'll know that, okay, we're going to need to find records and find beats for this artist. They're not going to give you anything near what you feel like you deserve because they don't see you doing it for yourself. So then there's the producers that get frustrated because their songs or whatever are not selling. So since they can sing, they might as well put it out. Well, okay, that's cool. But if you're not going to do all the other things that comes with it, then you're only cutting yourself short. So yeah, I was an artist first, but and signed to Motown. But I realized, no,
No way.
no, no, I don't. That's putting me in a box.
It's tricky.
I'd rather do the music, do the background vocals, do everything. Let you go and do it. I'm not doing it. So yeah.
Wow. That was a loot. Like, you just, oh my God. I think we should just end this. Like, this is too much. This is too much to be very free talk shop. This is too much, sincerely. Like, I'm so impressed. This is coming from you. And I'm super excited. I think this will encourage producers. Like, I'm looking forward to someone like Coco Jones. Like, Coco Jones is an R&B artist, and she is a producer. And I think it's actually helped her. I love her so much. I love her music. I've had a lot of music producers like that are actually singers too, and they are doing well, even females in the industry. And I think it will actually reduce how much they spend. And some of them actually know about promotion, how they promote their music, probably on claiming it and more. You know, this is too much. This is too much. I think we've learned a lot today, and I'm super excited. So, you know, I would like to call it a day. Sincerely speaking.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad to. I'm glad, sir. My daddy in the industry. I love you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right. So up to next time. We'll see you again.
Thank everybody for watching. Everybody for listening. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So what's up, everybody? Yeah. So that's the end of this talk shop, and we are just calling this a day. If you are here to check all of my content, I have my two channels. I have Leumasmyth fans and I have Leumasmyth. So you can subscribe to my channels. I have a couple of contents on it. I have my music content. I have my previous podcast, and I have more coming. I have a lot of things coming up for you guys. I have my EP loading. I have my freestyles, a lot of things. And you know, if you're a music producer in that comment section, you know, I'll be hosting you this very soon. All right. I appreciate you guys and really enjoy this. I hope you enjoy it. Let me see your hands in the comment section. All right. Bye.